Go, not because you know exactly where, but because you can't stay where you are anymore. There's a point where a person stops growing. They either move or they rot. And you feel that line, not on the surface, not in motivational quote language, deep in the place where you can't lie to yourself anymore, where you don't wake up to an alarm clock. You wake up to a thought. If I do this the same way again today, nothing in my life will ever change. And when you start to feel that, the world doesn't ask what you feel. The world only asks one thing. But why? Why can't you just stay? Why can't you just relax? Why isn't this good enough? But why? And you don't stay quiet because you don't have an answer. You stay quiet because the real answer is dangerous to people who have never faced themselves. The truth is, your life might not be bad. It's just too small for who you're becoming. And a person can tolerate small for a while. Then one day they wake up and realize they're suffocating in it. That's the moment most people turn back. They tell themselves, maybe I want too much. Maybe this is enough. Maybe I'm the problem. You don't say that. You feel something worse. You feel that if you stay here, you slowly disappear. And when people see that in you, they ask again, but why? Why are you so tense? Why can't you just enjoy what you have? Why can't you just be normal? Because they haven't seen the version of you that you've already seen in your head. The one who's sharper, colder, more disciplined, more focused. The one who doesn't negotiate with himself every morning. The one who doesn't need permission to take his own life seriously. And once you've seen that version of yourself, every day you don't move toward it feels like betrayal. You can't let that go. You can't heal that away. You can only bury it, and buried potential turns into poison. That's why you're quieter. That's why you're edgier. That's why small talk feels unbearable. That's why you can feel alone in a room full of people. And when they notice, they ask again. But why? Why don't you smile like you used to? Why are you so serious now? Why did you change? Because you can't pretend anymore that what's enough for them is enough for you. That doesn't make you better than them. It makes you dangerous to your own comfort, dangerous to your excuses, dangerous to your old life. And because now you understand something. Comfort is not peace. Comfort is sedation. And people who stay sedated too long wake up one day and realize their life happened without them. That's the real fear. Not failure, not falling, but looking back and realizing you never walked the road you knew you were supposed to walk. That thought eats you alive. That's why you move without guarantees. That's why you move without applause. That's why you move even when you're not fully sure. And from the outside, it looks insane. So they ask, but why? Why do it without certainty? Why not choose the safe path? Why not live normally? Because you've already seen that normal is often just a polite word for giving up. Giving up on what you believed you could become. Giving up on the hunger you used to feel. Not for money, not for status, but for growth, for becoming more than you are right now. That hunger is not romantic. It's irritating. It's restless. It doesn't let you sleep. That's why your mind doesn't shut off. That's why you're impatient. That's why you can't blend in anymore. And when they don't understand, they ask again. But why? Because they don't feel the pressure you feel. The pressure of outgrowing your own skin. The pressure of your life no longer matching who you're becoming. Growth hurts. This isn't a workshop. This is an internal war. There's a part of you that wants to pull you back. The comfortable part, the excuse-making part. The voice that says, "Not now. Later. The timing isn't right." That voice isn't evil. That voice is fear. And fear always sounds smart. Fear always sounds reasonable. Fear always has logic. But fear never takes you where you actually want to go. So sometimes you have to be harder than you thought you were capable of being. And when people see that, they ask again, "But why? Why are you so stubborn? Why won't you just adapt? Why won't you just settle?" Because you don't want to adapt anymore. You want to transform. And transformation is not friendly. Transformation is a funeral. You bury the version of you who accepted less. You bury the version of you who lived for approval. You bury the version of you who chose safety over truth. This is not pretty. This is not clean. This is not shareable. This is quiet. This is lonely. This is full of doubt, self-hatred, and thoughts you never say out loud. But you still move, not because you're brave, but because you can't tolerate the thought of what if. What if I tried? What if I became that person? What if I didn't quit on myself? That what if hurts more than any failure ever could. So when they don't get it, all they can say is, "But why?" And you stop explaining. Because this isn't a phase, this isn't a project, this isn't a mood, this is identity. You are someone who would rather face loneliness than betray himself. You are someone who would rather face uncertainty than guaranteed mediocrity. That doesn't make life easier. It makes it more honest and more violent to your old self. Yes, there will be days you question yourself. Days you think, maybe I really am too much. Maybe I really am the problem. Then you remember something brutal. It doesn't hurt because you're on the wrong path. It hurts because your old self is dying, and death is never comfortable, even when it's a version of you that needed to go. So the next time they ask, "But why?" don't answer, don't explain, don't defend, don't try to make it understandable, because people who don't feel it will never understand it. Just keep moving, not loudly, not for attention, but relentlessly, because you're not here to be comfortable. You're here to be real, and the cost of being real is loneliness, discipline, conflict with yourself. But the reward is this: a life you don't have to lie about when you're alone. This isn't motivation. This is a decision. Either you pay the price to become who you could be, or you pay for the rest of your life for becoming someone you never wanted to be. So when they ask one more time, "But why? Why do you keep getting up? Why don't you stay down? Why don't you stop fighting it? Why don't you just accept it? But why?" And for a long time, you might try to explain. You might try to justify it. You might try to make them understand. But one day, you stop, 'cause you realize something simple, something cold, something unshakable. You don't get up because it's easy. You don't get up because it's fair. You don't get up because someone told you to. You get up for one reason, because you choose to. And that's something no one can take from you.